As you can see this time though, we're not in a tent or caravan. We are staying at a place we stayed at before, and we've booked a lodge at Darwin Forest in Derbyshire. A place we really like, and there's loads to do in the area. So we brought our bikes on the bike carrier. I've tried to wrap them up but in a tarp, but trying to keep most of the rain off, but we've had a lot of rain. We're planning to do Tissington Trail and hopefully get up Mantor as well, but it's all subject to this storm. I think tomorrow meant to be a bit brighter, but there's lightning, so don't want to climb up Mantor with lightning strikes. Well, after the storm of yesterday, which we basically went going from town to town, tea room to tea room, and just trying to get out of the worst of the wind and the rain, today we're going to do the High Peak Trail and Tissington Trail. Looking at the sky, there may be a few rain showers. It meant to brighten up though. We've seen some sunshine, so that's good. So this should be a good trip. Of course, the Tissington and Tissington Trail and High Peak Trail, they are both former railway lines, so I believe, looking at the map, there's a little steep bit to begin with. I think we're going to start on the High Peak Trail. But generally, trains don't like going up hills, so they're flat. So you're going to go across bridges and through tunnels and basically explore the peaks without necessarily having to cycle up the peaks or down the peaks. So that should be good today. We brought our cycle carrier that we've done in another video, so that brought all the bikes here. That only takes 3 bikes, so we're going to hire a 4th bike, a tri-electric bike if they've got one, just to give that a go, because we've not tried an electric bike before. But yeah, should be a good day. So we're heading off at the start of Middleton Top car park, which is on the High Peak Trail. Not at the very start of the High Peak Trail, it's a bit further on where bike hire and parking is.
Will we go down here?
No, we go the other way. Now this is the steep bit down the bottom here. We don't ride on this bit, let's say. And there's one of the old wagons. Now you can see why they had that big chain to pull them up. That's quite a steep. That's a bit too steep for a train going down there. Wow. Yeah, so this is where we are. Middleton Top. I think that's the big building. That goes down to there, but we're not going that way. We're going to cross here, cross High Peak, and then this is still the rest of the High Peak Trail up here. And this is then the Tissington Trail. So I think, keep an eye on the time, we'll go across here, up there, then down the Tissington Trail. There's Tissington. I don't know whether we'll get as far as Ashbourne. There is at Tissington a road you can take down, and then Carsington Water Lake is here. So you can go around that and then back up here. It's a very steep ride or walk back up to here. So we'll take a look at the time, because I don't know whether that's going to be any quicker, because it's quite steep getting up there, or whether just go back. But it should be fairly flat. There's a bit of a rise, and then the rest of it is saying it's fairly flat. We go through a few tunnels. Or we can start here and do a massive walk. All the way up to Kirkby Stephen. Halls, the Yorkshire Dales. That's a really big old route, that is. See? When completed, 350 miles versus 120 miles. Wow. There's been a big queue for the bike hire. Unfortunately, the last electric bike is gone, so we're not going to get a chance to play one of those, which is a shame. But there we go. Yeah, busy here. I think the break in the weather and everyone's out, so that's good to see. So behind me is where the Tissington Trail, there it is, meets the High Peak Trail. We were hoping to do both today, but starting a little bit late, and we've got to go the speed of the slowest, so I think we'll probably just be doing the High Peak Trail. So Tissington Trail looks good. Behind me there, big gorge of the bridge, so look forward to doing that another day. It's been on the to-do list for years. We'll have to wait a bit longer. So not long past the where the Tissington Trail meets the High Peak Trail, you get the Parsley Hay rest stop here. So good place to stop. You've also got more bike hire here. Get some refreshments and toilets. So I've made it to Tissington on the Tissington Trail. The others have to return the hire bike back on High Peak Trail, but I don't have to. So I went on ahead to Tissington as far as I'm going on this trail, and then I'm going to go to Carsington. Compared to the High Peak Trail's got lots of gates you have to keep opening and closing. There's none on the Tissington Trail. But there's definitely a gradient. From Parsley Hay, I've been basically coasting downhill all the way. So there's definitely a gradient going up on Tissington Trail. It's also a bit muddier and narrow in places, so difficult passing when busy. But yeah, it's quite a nice trail. A few bridges and things, not as many as Monsell Trail or tunnels as Monsell Trail. I think that's still our favourite here. But I'm going to head off now downhill further to Carsington Water, and then back up to High Peak, and there's an extremely steep gradient at the end, so that will be a bit interesting. So I'm leaving the trail now and going down the roads around Carsington and back up the peaks the other side. Just taking a breather. So the route to Carsington Water was closed, so I'm following a different route, still up and down the dales. Going down's good, going up, that's pretty tough. The roads have been fairly quiet so far through sleepy villages and stuff, but it's definitely not a route for small kids, definitely more very older teenage kids, if that. There's quite a few ups, quite a few downs, and a bit off-road too, so yeah, definitely not traffic free either, but I say fairly quiet roads. So I better crack on up this hill and catch up with the others.